Hello, welcome to Liverpool FC News Today channel. On the Wembley pitch on Sunday, the widest smiles, and the smokiest flares, were reserved for those who were playing their first significant part in a Liverpool success. Diaz started and starred in the Carabao Cup final victory over Chelsea, picking up a trophy on just his sixth appearance for the club, having arrived from Porto in January. Konate, Elliott and Diogo Jota all emerged from the bench to nervously convert their penalty kicks past Carabao Cup, and then Kevin Kelleher fired in his like the striker he used to be, before watching the Chelsea goalkeeper take his very much like a goalkeeper. The Liverpool bench erupted after the victory, and there was a genuine sense that this was a win which had been achieved by the squad as a whole, as opposed to a set Reds side. Jurgen Klopp was keen to point that out after the match, and it wasn't long before minds turned to just what the Reds can achieve for the rest of this season. But what about beyond that? There was a strong glimpse of the Liverpool of the future on Sunday, and a side that will perhaps outlast Klopp once he decides to call it a day. The German's current contract runs until the summer of 2024, but it isn't in the realms of fantasy to suggest that he could well look to extend his deal beyond that, particularly in the wake of what he might have seen as a lost season in 2020-21. But, for argument's sake, let's suggest that he'll leave at the end of his current deal. How could Liverpool look then? Kelleher may have impressed at Wembley, and indeed whenever he's been called upon this season, but he's still got a long way to go to dislodge Alisson as Liverpool's number one. The Brazilian isn't just among the very best in his position in the world, but he's also still in his 20s, hitting the big 3.0 in October this year. The 6-year deal he signed last year will keep him at Anfield until the summer of 2027, and means that it is still likely that Kelleher, at 23, will one day likely have to move on in order to get regular first-team football. No one at Liverpool will be complaining if he's still number 2 in 2024 though. Again, time is on Liverpool's side here. Andy Robertson will turn 30 in 2024, while Trent Alexander-Arnold will be just 26, and may be often wearing the captain's armband by that point. The most interesting player to watch will perhaps be Konate though, with the Frenchman by then still just 25 and potentially delivering on the promise he has already shown during what has been a fine first season in English football. He could very well be the first choice central defender by that point, with the position alongside him maybe operating on a rotational basis, although you'd still back Virgil van Dijk, by then 33, to play in more than his fair share of matches. It won't be until the penultimate month of the 2023-24 season until Elliott turns 21, by which point Liverpool will hope that his immense promise is being recognised with key roles in their side. Having now established himself as a midfield player and not taking up a role in the front three, he could expect to be at the head of the queue for midfield place. Behind him, Fabinho will turn 30 in that 2023-24 season and so should continue in his prime, with Jordan Henderson entering the final year of his contract and the likes of Curtis Jones still around, plus probably one of Naby Keita or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Liverpool will surely want a new face in that area too, so how about Jude Bellingham? He'd be just 21 by 2024, and would fit the bill perfectly. Having only turned 25 just a couple of weeks before joining Liverpool, time is certainly on Diaz's side to make an impression at Anfield. The Colombian has slotted into the side incredibly well, and looks to be the natural successor to Sadio Mane on the left of the attack. Centrally, Diogo Jota will surely be around and scoring goals for Liverpool for years to come, and with young talents such as Cade Gordon on the production line, then the right side of the attack should be well supplemented. But we all know what the big question is. Mo Salah, 32 in the summer of 2024, still hasn't signed that contract yet, but it would also be a huge surprise if Liverpool didn't get that deal over the line, given the immense reaction it would produce from fans at a time when perhaps the best footballer in the world plays for their club. Maine and Roberto Firmino, also both out of contract in 2023, might end up being the fall guys in order to get the Salah deal done, although there is also a distinct possibility that Senegalese stays and covers both the left and central attacking positions.